Hey, what's up, y'all? All right, let's play Little Maggie. This solo I built has a lot of forward reverse rolls in it. It's got some, like maybe some exploitations on the F chord. So yeah, let's get through it. All right, so normally I don't put intros on these tabs, but on this particular one I did. So the very first measure is just a little introduction that starts off as like 1, 2, 3. Right, so that's just index, thumb, 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 index. Right? Measure 2 does a 3 to 5 slide. I use my middle finger on that D string, and then you're just going to do a forward roll. This right here, you can hit. That's a G to D. You can hit it with your index finger, or you can hit it with your thumb. So either way, it sounds like this. Or same thing, right? Measure 3 is a Foggy Mountain hammer-on, right? Right? So this first part on start back to measure 2, how they sound together is. Right? And in the melody, that's yonder stands little. And then here comes the Maggie part. Now, this is a little bit difficult because we're going to start with our middle finger and go 2 0. Use your ring finger to hit the 3. Right? And there's a reason why we're doing it that way, because we want to play the F-shaped chord to play the last note. Right? So all together, that whole first line sounds like 1, 2, 3. Right? Where yonder stands little Maggie. Alright? So, starting at measure number 5, we're going to hold the F shape that we put before, and we're going to play that forward reverse roll starting on the G. And that's thumb, index, middle, thumb, middle, index, thumb. And then the next bar is the exact same one as number 3. It's the right 2 3 hammer on with your index, 2 3 hammer on with your thumb, and then a forward roll. And then on measure 7, 3 on, I use my middle finger, and then I use my index finger on the 2. Let's forward roll. 3 0 2. Take your thumb, let go. 2. So that's just a forward reverse roll, but it has this little lick. You might as well get used to playing that, because you're going to play it a lot if you don't already know it. And then, this is the exact same thing for the very next lick, which is on 8, measure 8. I start these with my index finger, but it's index, middle, thumb, hammer on 2 to 3 to the middle, and then back to the index on open, 2 0. A lot of times that's a pull off. Just like that. And then the last line there is a forward reverse rollout. Alright, so starting on line 5, the whole line will sound like this. Okay, so starting on measure 10, you'll notice that measure 10 is just like measure 2. Measure 11 is just like measure 3. And then we have a little bit of a change here when we get back to that F shape again. But, so you're doing that. We've already talked about. Okay, so here's where it's going to change. This is measure 12. Measure 12 does a 2-0 pull off. You know, you're basically holding your F shape, right? So you do a 2-0, and then you do 2 forward rolls, 3-2-1, 2-1-3. And that's just holding the F shape and just doing forward rolls. So it sounds like. And then the very next measure, you're just going to do a forward reverse roll holding the F shape like you did before. Okay? So that, starting at measure 12, 12 and 13 together sound like. And then right there, measure 14, right back to. Right? And then measure 15 is that same 3-0-2. The same one as measure 7. And then measure 8 and measure 16 are exactly the same. And then a forward reverse rollout. So there's a lot of repeated measures. Like I said, the melody doesn't leave much room to expand a bunch of stuff. But we'll do more solos on this song. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Have a good one.